Good morning, friends. I'm Dr. Ajay Shah, bringing this another Facebook Live. Today, we are continuing the Facebook Live on weight loss. I've done 16 segments so far on weight loss, so please watch all those segments. Segment one actually starts with setting up why we need to lose weight, how common the obesity is. So please start with segment one. Segment one already has almost 170 views. So watch segment one and then watch other segments as you go. Again, this is segment number 17. I also done a series on high blood pressure. So if you or your loved one has high blood pressure, please watch the series on high blood pressure. I've also done few segments on depression. I've done few segments on how to live up to age 110. So watch those segments also. But definitely start watching the weight loss segment and start with segment one. And today is segment 17 on weight loss. So let me tell you, there was a question on Facebook that if my metabolism is slow, what can I do to increase my metabolism? Well, that's a very, very good question. Actually, it's almost exactly opposite. People who have slow metabolism actually live long. The animals like whale or tortoise who have a slow metabolism actually live many long years. So slow metabolism actually is good for you. When we fast, when we do intermittent fasting, when we get to our ideal body weight, actually metabolism start to slow down. And slow metabolism means less inflammation, less oxidative stress, less wear and tear, less burning out of all the cells and all the machinery. And actually, people with slow metabolism live long. So do not worry of metabolism slowing down, and do not use any methods to increase your metabolism, including taking some of the fat burner, some of the stimulants, some of the uh, uh, caffeine extract, like pure caffeine in tablet form, or any kind of medicine or any kind of technique to increase your metabolism. Matter of fact, people with increased metabolism live less. So as you go on this weight loss journey, if your metabolism is slow, actually it's better for you. So again, it's exactly opposite than what most people think. Most people, including many doctors, including many people on YouTube channels and YouTube videos, said that there are ways of increasing your metabolism. In my opinion, that's actually not healthy at all. So if you have slow metabolism, you are lucky, you will live long. So don't worry about slow metabolism. If you listen to Dr. Joe Furman, he clearly says that people with slow metabolism actually live long. So don't worry about speeding up your metabolism. Don't take any supplements or any stimulants to increase your metabolism. So that was the question on Facebook. Uh, Next thing I want to cover is that as you start to lose weight, particularly belly fat and visceral fat, the testosterone level will start to go up, particularly in male, because belly fat and visceral fat actually converts the testosterone into estrogen, and testosterone level goes down. So as you start to lose fat, even losing as much, as little, I should say, as little as losing 5 pounds of visceral fat will increase your testosterone level by almost 40 to 50%, particularly in male, and that will further help to maintain the muscle mass and increase further caloric burn and increase the speed of weight loss. So again, it's very important we lose visceral fat, we lose belly fat. Um, there was another question also about brown fat, white fat, and beige fat. So there are three kind of subcutaneous fat, white fat, which is a traditional fat, which actually stores a lot of energy, a lot of calories into the fat cells. And white fat is probably one of the worst fat you can have. The brown fat is the healthy fat, which has a lots of mitochondria. Brown fat is very active. It burns a lot of calories, and typically we start to lose brown fat after our infancy, and by the time we are 4 or 5 years old, we have minimum brown fat in the body. The brown fat in adults typically is between the shoulder blades, and around our spine. If you want to increase the brown fat, you can actually start taking cold shower, cold bath. Even there is some data that wearing ice jackets also can increase brown fat. And increasing brown fat by as little as 15 to 30 gram, which is a very small amount, can increase your calorie burn per day by almost 250 to 300. So again, increasing brown fat is important. Beige fat is the one which is in between brown fat and white fat, and beige fat has a potential to either behave like a white fat or behave like a brown fat. And you can convert that beige fat into brown fat by regular exercise, by fasting, by caloric restriction, and by intermittent fasting. So again, you can convert that beige fat into brown fat by certain methods, particularly exercise, intermittent fasting, water only fasting, and caloric restriction. So again, those are the three types of subcutaneous fat. There's obviously visceral fat, which is the worst type of fat you can have, and then omental fat, which is also a fat around our organ, and a belly fat. All those fat are very bad, and lower the belly fat, lower the visceral fat as much as possible. Uh, Next question was, what can I do to not lose muscle while I'm losing weight? I think that's a good question. When people start losing pounds, when people start losing 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, they are bound to lose some muscle tissue, and that's okay. If you lose 10 pounds of muscle, if you lose 10 pounds of fat, I should say, if you lose 10 pounds of fat, and if you lose half a pound of muscle or less, that would be okay. It would be very difficult not to lose any muscle while you're trying to lose fat. The best way to preserve the muscle and maintain the muscle while you are losing weight and while you're losing fat is to have a regular strength training or regular weight training. So I highly, highly advise that if you are trying to lose weight, make sure you have at least 30 to 40 minutes of strength training 5 times a week. If you do 30 to 60 minutes every day in a rotating muscle, that would be ideal. People who do regular strength training and when they start losing weight, they actually preserve their muscle and they only lose fat. Some people have asked me the question that is it possible to lose fat and gain muscle? Lose fat and gain muscle. Losing fat and gaining muscle is very, very difficult. It would require extreme amount of discipline. There are a lot of YouTube videos. There are a lot of Google search if you do it on how to lose fat and gain the muscle at the same time. Very, very difficult, if not next to impossible. It requires tons of discipline. It requires very healthy eating, including adequate amount of protein, not too much protein, but adequate amount of protein. It requires a regular strength training, at least 1 to 1.5 hours per day. It requires intermittent fasting. It requires 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It requires no alcohol. It requires a lot of discipline. There are various methods of doing this thing, including losing fat and gaining muscle, but it's very hard. If you can do it, I would commend you. I would probably compliment you because I've tried myself doing that and it's very, very difficult. If you're watching right now, please have your comments, questions, and concerns. At least comment so I know that you are becoming interactive. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask the questions. Please share on your page if you think it will benefit your family and friends. Uh, Next thing is there was a question about society actually doing fat shaming, and that's a real problem in our society, not just in America, but throughout the world. People with obesity are looked down. People with obesity get passed down from promotion. They get passed down from giving an employment or a job. They get passed down from many, many benefits and they are looked down as a lazy people, not smart people, but that's not true. Fat shaming is absolutely wrong. I personally, myself, as a physician, as a person, believe that every person who is overweight or obese has the same amount of dignity, same amount of respect in my eyes, in my views, in my heart, and I only want to help them. So don't let anybody ever make you feel that you are any inferior or lower if you are overweight or obese. That's not necessary. Actually, if anybody does that, that's illegal, and steps can be taken. But definitely don't let anybody get in your mind, get in your heart if you are overweight or obese, and don't let them put you down. Obviously, losing weight is a healthy thing to do, losing weight is a necessary thing to do. But as a person, as an individual, as a human, there is a lot more what we can contribute than just being lean person. So again, don't be down, don't be ashamed if you are overweight or obese, and if you need to lose weight to become lean and to lower the body fat below body mass index below 22. So don't let anybody ever put you down if you are overweight or obese. Also, in my opinion, if you are overweight or obese, do not compare yourself to any of those slim people or lean people. Do not compare yourself to those slim or lean models. That's not necessary. We are all individual. We have our own assets. We all have something to contribute to the world, and never feel inferior or never feel down if you're overweight or obese. Next question was how to prevent and reverse the type 2 diabetes. If you have time, watch my video on type 2 diabetes. It's already available on YouTube. It's about 3 hours long, and it's one of the best talk I've given on type 2 diabetes. But the reason type 2 diabetes happens is because of intramuscular fat. That means the fat in the muscle cells. If you lose weight, if you lower body fat, muscle fat will start to clear out, your insulin will start working again, and you will actually start to reverse the type 2 diabetes. Uh, there was another question about what are the methods for best cooking? So let me tell you one thing. Best thing is that you eat some raw vegetables and raw fruits, obviously. That's a requirement to stay healthy. Raw food has a lot of phytochemicals, a lot of micronutrients, a lot of the enzymes are preserved because food are not cooked at a high temperature. So a lot of raw vegetables and fruits should be eaten. Obviously, beans and lentils and legumes should be cooked and eat. There should be also some cooked vegetables, but cooking vegetables should be done in a water-based cooking or vegetable broth, either in an Instapot or on a stove top, but try to avoid high temperature cooking. So try to avoid a lot of oven cooking at 400 degree or air fryer cooking at 3 or 400 degree. When you cook at a high temperature, when you grill, when you barbecue, actually there is a formation of advanced end glycation products, and those advanced end glycation products have shown to cause many issues, including Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, diabetes, vascular disease, wrinkles, cataracts. So definitely try to prevent advanced end glycation products as much as possible. You can read about this advanced end glycation products or watch more videos on advanced end glycation products, but definitely minimize very high temperature cooking. The best cooking is below 120 degree if you can, and definitely below 200 degree if you can. I also want you to look into a specific group of people, and that group is Seventh-day Adventist people. There are vegan Seventh-day Adventist people. There's a large population in Loma Linda, California. And Loma Linda, California, and the Seventh-day Adventist vegan people actually are considered one of the blue zone of the world. Blue zones are the zones where people live 100. There are many centenarians. People live healthy and happy up to 100 or even longer, and they actually have one of the longest lifespan in the world. And Seventh-day Adventist vegan people are some of the healthiest people in America. They live actually 10 years longer than an average American. Seven-day Adventist vegan people. They live 10 years longer than an average American. Their a health span, that means that without any chronic disease, without taking any medications, is much more higher than an average American. They actually are very active until their 90s and 100 years old. And there are a lot of videos on Sevenday Adventist vegan people. So please watch those videos and learn from their habits. Sevenday Adventist vegan people actually have whole food, plant based, no oil diet. They don't drink coffee. They don't drink alcohol. They have Sabbath. I mean, they don't work or they don't do any activity. I believe every Saturday they are connected to the nature. There are a lot of nature trips. They pray every day. They gather socially once or twice a week. They go to the church at least once or twice a week. They meditate. They believe in God. So Seventh-day Adventist vegan people, in my opinion, are the people we can emulate, we can learn from. So learn from Seventh-day Adventist vegan people. The reason I'm mentioning all this thing is because as you go on this weight loss journey, more knowledge you have, more people you can relate to, more people you can refer to, you have a higher chance of losing weight. Losing weight is more than just eating less. Losing weight is a lot more complex than just eating less. Losing weight requires more knowledge. Losing weight requires better sleep. Losing weight requires regular exercise. Losing weight requires avoidance of alcohol and many other substance abuse. Losing weight requires a lot of social connections. Losing weight requires taking vitamin D, B12, iodine. Losing weight requires ruling out many chronic disease. So losing weight is not just eating less. And that's where I think some of the things I'm telling you, some of the knowledge I'm trying to give you is actually the one which is necessary. Um, Next thing was that if you are in a serious business of losing weight, starting today, I want you to stop drinking any kind of soda pop. That means no Pepsi, no Coke, no Mountain Dew, not even Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, or Diet Mountain Dew. No any kind of soda at all, Diet soda or regular soda. No any kind of soda. Also, no any kind of energy drinks, no any kind of sugary Gatorade or anything like that. So no energy drinks, no pop, no diet soda, no diet pop. All those things will make you not able to lose weight. A lot of people say that how about the diet soda or diet Pepsi, diet Coke? Actually, diet Pepsi, diet Coke has shown to affect your microbiome, and that microbiome many times when it's disturbed, it's difficult to lose weight. So definitely no soda, no diet soda, none of those energy drinks. My last soda was almost 4 years ago, and I just don't have any interest in drinking any kind of soda or diet soda. So please stop drinking soda or diet soda if you want to lose weight. Matter of fact, childhood obesity, teenage obesity, and even many adult obesity happens because people drink sometimes up to 1 liter of soda, regular soda. That's a lot of calories, that's a lot of sugar, and people will not be able to lose weight. So stop drinking soda, stop drinking diet soda. Next question was, how about keto diet? Again, I repeated in many of my segments, keto diet, I disagree with. I don't recommend keto diet to any of my patients or any of my friends. I personally believe keto diet is unhealthy. I'm sure you can be your own judge. You can watch a lot of videos. You can read a lot of books. You can do Google search and make your own decision. Keto diet is very high in saturated fat. Keto diet is high in animal products, a lot of animal protein. So there are high chance of heart disease, high chance of cancer because of animal protein stimulates IGF-1. It comes with a lot of the other toxins. So definitely keto diet should be avoided as much as possible. People who go on keto diet, they're very low carbohydrate. They actually have less energy, less endurance, and they actually don't do well. Plus, keto diet is very difficult to follow because most natural food are abundant in carbohydrate. Most plant-based, most fruits, most grains, most beans, legumes are actually carbohydrate-rich diet. And it's very difficult to follow keto diet on a long term. Obviously, you can buy keto bars and keto cookies and keto meals and this and that. But all those things are very expensive. All those things, in my opinion, are gimmicks. And on the long term, you cannot sustain a keto diet. So long-term sustaining keto diet will be very difficult. Best thing is you just don't go on keto diet. You may be losing some quick weight for first week or two on keto diet. You may lose 5 6 pounds in 2 or 3 weeks on keto diet, but that's mostly a water loss, and that weight will come back. So I highly recommend not to go on a keto diet. I also want you to read a book called Atomic Habits. I read that book. I've heard the book on Audible. There are some YouTube videos. One of them is by Rich Roll. I'm sure many of you have heard about Rich Roll. Rich Roll has a YouTube video with Atomic Habits author, and that video is worth listening to, watching to. Atomic Habits teaches you how you can create strong and healthy habits. Losing weight is essentially changing the lifestyle. Losing weight doesn't mean that you don't eat food for a day or two or a week or two. It's essentially creating a new lifestyle for the life. And that's where this Atomic Habits book will be very handy. So I highly recommend reading Atomic Habits or listening on Audible Atomic Habits, or at least listen to that hour and a half or 2 hour long segment on Rich Roll on Atomic Habits. So again, watch or read or learn about Atomic Habits, create some healthy habits, and that will help you to lose weight. That will help you to be healthier. Again, please share on your page. Please like our page, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. This video will be on YouTube soon, so please watch it on YouTube. Please watch segment 1 to segment 16. This segment was segment 17. Please watch a series on high blood pressure. Please watch a series on depression. Please watch our different recipes on our channel. There are a lot of interviews on our channel. Subscribe to our channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. I will stop here. Have a great afternoon. Exercise, eat healthy, meditate, sit in the sauna if you have time and if you have access to. Spend time with your spouse, spend time with your family and friends, and I'll be back in a few hours. Thank you and have a great afternoon.